Back in February of 2021, me and Mickey shot a short film called The Sacrifice, and it premiered in August of 2021, and here's how we made it. Now this short film was designed to be a test of the Sony a7C, so it was kind of a little more than a test, but really it was a test, not designed to be a full-on short film. Overall, I was not that excited with the camera. Now I put out a video a few months back, which I can link, where I said it was the worst camera I'd ever used, and I don't know if I stand by that anymore. I've learned that it's more my fault that it was not working that well, and that's because I had a really cheap lens. I had the stock lens on it. This guy, I'll put it up here. I had that lens on it, and so that's going to be contributing to a lot of that maroon vignetting that was being seen on the trees. And overall, I wasn't that excited with the picture profile, so I didn't end up keeping the camera. I returned it and got this R6, which I'm shooting on, which I'm pretty happy with actually. But I know people love the Sony a7C, and I'm sure if I spent more time finessing with it, I could have gotten it to where I want. It just wasn't the camera for me. Now moving on, besides that, how we actually shot this film was on a DJI Ronin S gimbal. The entire thing was filmed on this gimbal, and I really wanted to play a lot with movement in this film. So I really started moving around the gimbal and putting it in different places to get a bunch of different shots, a lot of tracking shots. Now overall, I'm not the most happy with the cinematography. The short film felt too long and it just didn't really work, so I had to cut it down, which just makes it feel more jarring, so I could have definitely done better in that realm. Visual effects were another realm that really showed my lack of knowledge. That plane did not look any good, and I completely understand that. I'm going to try to stay away from visual effects in my projects from now on, maybe going back and trying some smaller effects, but definitely not something that's integral to the story like that until I learn visual effects a little more. Sound was definitely something I could have worked with more. I really didn't use that much sound in this final project to the extent that it should have been. Every sound you hear has been added in afterwards, but I definitely should have pushed it a little more. It feels flat in some spots, especially this wide shot. There's just nothing going on. Besides that, the color could have been worked on, the story could have been worked on. There's so many things. This is actually my least favorite film I've put together in a long time, and I really debated about not releasing it for a long time because I just was not a fan of it. But I ended up putting it out there because I wanted to talk about it in this video. There's so many things I could have done on story, script, cinematography, sound. All these things made this film fail in my mind. You don't understand what's going on. It's all in my head. I didn't tell it to the audience. I tried to tell it in too short of a time. The cinematography is bad, very bad. Mixed with bad coloring just makes it almost unwatchable. You don't know what's happening. The shot of when the drill sergeant is supposed to be in his head talking to him saying, just go for it. If you don't behave yourself, I'm gonna take out your face. Doesn't make any sense. That's the only line in the film, and you don't understand what's going on. I should have worked with better voice actors instead of getting a stock clip online to really express what he should have been saying. I should have also really planned out my cinematography more to get better shots, and I should have used better sound design to really flesh out this world more. And I should have also hired someone to do visual effects. They did not look good one bit. Now, I think this is an example of how a short film can really fail without the proper planning in it. We had no script, nothing, and that's why it fell apart. I'm going to take all these mistakes I learned in this and apply it to future projects that I create to make sure my future projects are always working as they should and the stories are fleshed out.